You might think kangaroos are just cute, funny animals bouncing around the outback, hopping here and there like oversized rabbits in boxing gloves. That's what cartoons taught us, right? But real kangaroos, there's something else entirely. Brace yourself, because what you're about to learn will absolutely blow your mind. These creatures are not just a symbol of Australia, they are biological wonders, athletic freaks of nature, and surprisingly fierce fighters. Let's hop into the wild world of kangaroos. Let's start with their superpower, the leap. Kangaroos don't just hop, they launch. With every bound, a kangaroo can travel up to 30 feet in a single jump. To put that in perspective, that's like leaping over 3 full-sized parked cars in one effortless motion. What's more mind-blowing? They don't get tired quickly. Thanks to a spring-loaded tendon system in their hind legs, kangaroos store energy with every bounce, allowing them to cover long distances with very little effort. Think of them like the ultimate long-distance runners who can fly across the ground. And all of this is done without using their front limbs. Just 2 gigantic muscular legs, pure raw power. But if you really want to see a kangaroo in action, watch them fight. Yes, kangaroos fight. And no, this isn't play fighting. Male kangaroos engage in brutal, high-stakes boxing matches to compete for territory and attract mates. And these aren't gentle shoves. They throw punches like seasoned fighters and kick with force, powerful enough to knock an opponent off their feet. They square up, balance on their tails, and use their forearms to jab, push, and even grab. Then, boom, they'll use their hind legs to deliver a crushing kick to the chest or stomach of their opponent. In the wild, these bouts can last for several minutes, and the winner walks away with bragging rights and access to mates. The loser often limps away bruised, sometimes bloody, always humbled. Some call lions the kings of the wild, but out here, kangaroos are the martial artists of nature. Now, let's talk about one of their most underrated weapons, the tail. You might think the tail is just for balance, but in reality, it's like a third leg, a powerful, muscular limb that can support the kangaroo's full body weight. During a fight, a kangaroo leans back on its tail like a tripod, lifting both feet off the ground to launch devastating double kicks at its opponent. Studies have shown that kangaroo tails exert more force than their legs, while walking, yes, more than the actual limbs designed for movement. It's like walking with an extra leg that's stronger than the rest. So while the tail might look like a lazy drag behind them, it's actually one of their most vital tools for survival, balance, combat, and mobility. But kangaroos aren't just warriors, they're also loving, protective parents. Female kangaroos carry their babies, called joeys, in their front pouches. But the truly mind-blowing part? When a joey is born, it's only 2 centimeters long, about the size of a jelly bean. Blind, hairless, and almost helpless, this tiny creature must crawl up its mother's belly to enter the safety of her pouch, completely on its own. Once inside, it latches onto a teat and begins to grow. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. The mother can produce different types of milk from each teat depending on the age of each joey. That's right. She could have an older joey feeding outside the pouch and a newborn inside, and feed both with milk tailored to their needs. That's not just maternal care, that's biological genius. Now let's shift gears, because kangaroos aren't just great jumpers and fighters, they're speed machines. These animals can reach speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour. That's around 43 miles per hour. That's almost as fast as a racehorse or a speeding car on a suburban street. But what's more impressive than their top speed is their efficiency. Thanks to their hopping motion and the elastic tendons in their legs, kangaroos burn less energy the faster they go. The faster they hop, the more efficient they become. Nature's design, flawless. But every legend has its battle. And for kangaroos, that battle is climate change. As temperatures rise and droughts become more frequent, kangaroos face an increasingly hostile environment. Grasslands are disappearing, water holes are drying up. Food is getting harder to find. Kangaroo populations in some regions have started to decline, especially in areas hit by heat waves and bushfires. And while these creatures are built for endurance, even they have limits. If we don't step up to protect the environment, future generations might only know kangaroos through old videos and forgotten documentaries. The legend could fade forever.